There's a certain kind of silence that only abandoned schools possess. Not the peaceful kind, not the nostalgic kind, but the kind that feels aware of you, the kind that listens. At the base of a wooded hill in rural Japan stands a junior high school that was shut down nearly 20 years ago. Officials blamed declining enrollment, but older residents whisper a different reason. They talk about a stairwell inside the school, a stairwell that never counted the same number of steps twice. Most people dismiss it as superstition, but those who've gone inside, those who've walked the steps themselves, don't dismiss anything anymore. The school sits like a skeleton of its former self. The courtyard is cracked open by weeds. The windows are shattered or coated in grime so thick the sun can't break through. Inside, the air is stagnant and heavy, as though the building hasn't taken a breath in years. Dust hangs in the corridors like suspended fog. Every sound echoes too far. Every shadow lingers too long. At the heart of the building is the stairwell, a narrow concrete shaft spiraling between floors, lit only by fractured beams of light slicing through broken windows. The paint peels in long strips. The metal railing is slick with condensation, even though the rest of the school is bone dry. Everyone knows the stairwell has 13 steps. It's written in old blueprints. It's mentioned in staff logs. Students used to joke about it. 13 steps. Always 13. But the moment you stand before it, something feels wrong. The air thickens. The light dims. Even the dust refuses to settle on the steps. It's as if the stairwell exists in a different pocket of reality. The first step is normal. Concrete, cool, solid. The second creaks, softly strange for stone. The third is damp, moisture beading along its edge. Each step feels slightly different, as though the stairwell is trying to disguise something beneath its repetition. But the count remains correct. 13 steps up, every time. Nothing unusual happens on the ascent, and that's the first warning sign. Because the stairwell only reveals its true nature when you turn around. At the second floor landing, you turn back toward the steps. Something subtle has shifted. The shadows sit in different places. The air feels colder. The stairwell seems deeper. You take the first step down. Normal. The second step is slightly longer. The third feels hollow beneath your foot. By the 10th step, your breath appears in faint white wisps, drifting upward and dissolving unnaturally slow. The 11th step vibrates faintly, as though something beneath the concrete is stirring. The 12th step sinks just a fraction too far, like the concrete is softening. And then, the 13th step doesn't come. Instead, a 14th appears. The 14th step juts out from the gloom like an invitation or a warning. Dust swirls at its edge, spiraling as if stirred by something unseen. When you step onto it, the air trembles. Not the building, not the floor. The air. The stairwell darkens. The dripping pipes fall silent. A low hum rises from below, deep, resonant, alive. Another step materializes beneath the 14th, then another, and another. The staircase stretches downward into an impossible descent. The walls elongate. The railing bends inward. The air grows colder with every step. Frost forms along the edges of the stairs. Shadows ripple along the walls like living things. The concrete pulses, expanding and contracting like breath. Something is waiting below. Something patient. Something aware. Without warning, the steps stop. The stairwell ends abruptly at a flat slab of concrete. No door, no landing, just a dead end. But the air here is impossibly cold, heavy, watching, behind you. The staircase has changed again. The impossible descent is gone. Only 13 steps remain. The way out has returned. But before you can move, the hum deepens, vibrating through your bones. The wall at the bottom ripples, as though something behind it is pressing outward. Then you see them. Fingers. Long, thin, human-shaped fingers pushing through the concrete as if it were soft clay. The wall bulges, cracks spiderweb outward. Something is trying to break through. And then, silence. The fingers vanish. The wall flattens. The air warms by a fraction. You begin to climb. Each step groans beneath your weight, slow, deliberate, like the stairwell is counting you. The air behind you pulses once faintly, as though something deep below has awakened and is listening to your retreat. When you reach the top, the stairwell is silent again. 13 steps. Just 13, as if nothing happened. But the locals say the stairwell doesn't always open the path downward. It chooses, it waits, and every few years someone exploring the abandoned school goes missing. Authorities blame unstable floors, wild animals, accidents. But the older residents shake their heads. They say the stairwell takes people, one step at a time, one visitor at a time. And if you ever find yourself inside that school, if you ever count more than 13 steps, don't keep going, because whatever lives beneath that stairwell has been waiting a very, very long time. If you like these stories, please like and subscribe.